Hi everyone, how is it?
I'm good, thank you, Robbie. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Oh, fine.
Nobody else wants to talk to you.
I can understand that.
Hey, Robbie.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how
Hello.
are you?
I'm happy to talk to you as well. Hey, here's Nick. Nick's here. He could be muted. Not yet.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. Oh, so nice to hear you all.
Hi,
I'm just going through the roll call, checking who's here. Oh, Linda. Oh, there's no Rex. Oh, the man.
Well, I got your video out, yours and Justin's video out.
The sound.
Oh.
Well, how are you going to hear? Oh, use house.
Oh, I see.
Oh. Might give me that like talking to him.
Adrian's very staticky.
Am I?
That's better. Much better.
Oh, okay, sorry, I just had the laptop down on my lap. I'm sitting out on a porch with the rain pouring.
Sounds like
yes,
fun.
it was hammering down here earlier on too.
What are you doing?
Is that okay now?
Yeah, that's good. That's great. Yeah.
Somebody talking?
Anyone got any
Hello,
questions?
Yeah, I've got a question. Can I go?
Go when you like.
Henry and I have just started to advertise on Facebook. And I have a question as much that Amy has given us some guidance, but briefly, because of the difference in time zones for people to connect with her. We've started off advertising $10 a day for a week, $5 a day for a week, just to test 2 avatars. Does anybody know that if we advertised, say, $50 a day for a week, would that increase the efficiency of it, or is that just money down the tube?
Not necessarily, Rex. Now, the reason why $5 a day can be just as effective as $50 a day is it will all come down to how you structure your ad. And of course, you'll look at the type of ad you're doing. Are you know, if you're doing a page-like ad, you won't really want to do any more than $5 a day anyway, because you're just trying to get likes to your page. A post-paid engagement, you can have a very effective post-paid engagement ad where you actually do get leads for $5 a day and running it over a couple of, over a week or 7 days.
What did you say, post-paid what?
A post-paid engagement ad.
Yeah. That's right, Henry's across that. Carry on.
Yep. Okay. And then you can also choose to do, because you can choose to do different ads in Facebook. When you're setting up your ad in the back, in your ads manager or your Power Editor, whichever one you're using, you can choose these different ads to do, and you can set your ad sets up. But as long as you have done some research on your niche, your target market, the type of people that you feel will be attracted to that specific ad, and you, and what you're doing with that ad, as long as you've done that research and you know that the ad is going out to them, and they're seeing the ad, you should get just as much effectiveness from $5 as what you will from $50. Now, the whole key to Facebook advertising is once you start the advertising at $5 a day or $10 a day, whichever you want to go with.
Yeah.
you've got to monitor that ad for, for as often as you can. You've got to go on there and you've got to monitor it a couple times a day. Check the stats in your ads manager. It'll show you how many people are seeing the ad, how many people are clicking on the ad. It'll tell you what actions are being taken. If the ad is going off really well, then you may want to upscale the ad. So if you're
$20 a day.
Well, you may want to bump it up to $20 a day.
Yeah, right.
So if the ad is performing and it's performing really well in the testing period, because we sort of look at the testing period of being anywhere from 1 to 3 days. So after 3 days, if you're actually getting good traction with the ad, you may want to bump that ad up. And you might want to even zoom in your targeting even more. You may want to have a look at it and split it. Instead of paying $50 a day, you may want to split that $50 a day and run the ad, the same ad, but as 2 separate ads, and gear one towards just desktop feeds and gear one towards mobile news feeds, mobile feeds, and gear one towards men and one towards women. And that way you can collect all your data and you'll know who is more attracted to you, what age groups are attracted to you, and that sort of stuff.
I got a problem there. All age groups. That was a terrible joke. I'm sorry, everybody.
I liked that. That was good.
Anybody who's not met me, you'll get used to me, perhaps. Yeah,
well,
Henry's been cracking the ads anyway. But that's good advice. You've got all that, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I have asked Henry every time, does he get it all? Because so far in my head it's a joke. So that's great advice. Thank you for that. I don't think there's anything else I want to ask you about advertising. Oh, no, that's what I was going to ask you very quickly. Yeah, Rex, good shit. I was going to ask, what was I going to ask?
I don't know.
I just saw Kat Smith's comment on screen. That threw me. What was I going to ask Dan about the ads? Jesus. Oh yeah, when you say research into your avatar, how do you research into your avatar?
Okay. Well, basically, explaining it down to brief. Say I wanted to do this Christmas. I wanted to do a marketing campaign with my aloe vera lotion, aftershave lotion that I sell, and because the aftershave lotion has a very soft smell. It's not a really strong fragrance. It's a men's aftershave lotion. It's also very good for the skin because it has aloe vera in it. It helps shaving rash. It doesn't sting. I could just do a general ad and just hope for the best, or I could think about now who would be more inclined to use an aftershave lotion that has a soft manly smell that also looks after their skin. Okay, that would probably be more of a corporate type guy who enjoys a lot of outdoor sports.
So it's really, what you're saying is it's really just a matter of intelligence. There are no sites that you can sort of, I mean, I'm still getting used to sort of asking questions on Google. That's how behind the times I am.
Yeah, there's no real science to it. I mean, there are things you can do that help you. And like I would research where these guys would hang out online. So I would see, I'd go into Facebook and I'd search some Facebook fan pages that they possibly might like or follow, and I would check on there. I would check the groups on Facebook to see if there are any particular groups meeting, my required man. And I mean, personally, my personal required man is like Thor from the TV show, but for my aftershave lotion, I would be looking at that, and then I would go off of Facebook and I would look online and I would think about what type of magazines would these guys be interested in and would they read. And then I would go and research those magazines and I would find out the stats to those magazines, how many readers they have, do they have a digital online magazine, do they have a website, and I would gear my advertising so it's aimed at you know, at those places. You know, I'd find off of those websites and magazines where these guys hang out in forums and chats and stuff like that.
No,
And,
fair enough, yeah. I understand, yeah.
Yep,
That's
cool.
good. Thank you, ma'am.
That is all right. And I think Marie, Robbie, if I remember correctly, Marie Santos did post something about customer avatars and finding where they hang out and stuff in our Down Under group, did she?
I don't know, I didn't see that.
I think she did in our in the files. Have a look in the files tab of our Down Under group.
Yeah, there's a file in there. What's it? I'll just find it. It's step 3, version 2, customer and marketing evaluation worksheet, and it's under files in the Down Under marketing.
Yeah, so in our Down Under marketing group, Rex, just go into the files tab when you're
Yeah,
logged
we're
in.
there now.
Yeah, sweet, cool. And you'll find
Right,
lots of
5 down.
in there too.
It's far down.
5 files down. So step 3, version 2, customer and marketing worksheet, evaluation worksheet, PDF.
Robbie, sorry, but you're a bit hazy.
Yeah, his sound is terrible.
Oh, is that
getting
right?
worse. Yeah.
I'll just show you.
Anyway, look, not worry, we'll find it.
It's there.
We'll go through all those anyway.
Yeah, there's quite a lot in there that will be of help anyway, but you will find it. Just look, I think there may be a name. It may show the name of whoever posted whichever file. So just
We've
look
found
for
it.
Marie Santos.
Customer and Market Evaluation Worksheet on October the 9th.
That's it. That's the one.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
That will help help you guys as well. And if if you and Henry need any more help or anything like that, just reach out to me because I work full time from my computer.
Okay.
And I'm usually slipping in and out of Facebook and stuff. And a lot of the girls reckon I don't sleep. I do sleep, but you know,
but at your computer.
Yeah, it just seems like I don't sleep because I.
Well, thank you for that. It's just, we're wanting to get some results quickly, and so we're probably jumping ahead. We've done all the training and all that, but I'm wanting to try and get something in by the 15th of January because I want to relocate to Penang in February.
Nice. And better internet access over there too.
Yeah, well, that's true too. And I'll have plenty of time to do everything then. So that's the only reason I'm
Well, that's somewhere to come on holidays. I can come and visit you and Henry. I've never been to Penang.
No, well, you know, when it happens...
It's heaven in Penang. You're lovely.
When it happens, I will be listing it on Down Under Mastermind Group and putting a calendar up. The only requirement is that per week that you visit will include a bottle of vodka for me and a bottle of Baileys for Henry.
Oh, easy. I can easily accommodate that. Not a problem.
Okay, I'm going to shut up now.
I can bring
Thank you so
you
much.
the best Russian vodka in the world, if you like. Awesome.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I have a question, Sandra?
Yep, go Leanne.
I've just gone back and really restarted the modules again, and I was watching. Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Oh, good. My microphone went funny. I was watching a video in there with Jay, and it must have been years ago because he looked quite younger, and I think it was called The Price of Freedom, and he was obviously talking to this really large audience, and he was talking about reigniting that little pilot light that we've all got, you know, burning within us to wake up the entrepreneur within, I guess. Mm-hmm. And he was talking to such a broad audience, like people, different ages, different backgrounds, a very, very wide scope of people. So he was kind of marketing that idea to a broad audience. So I'm actually finding it very hard to laser point my target market because I don't know who to pick, because what I'm thinking of doing relates to so many people. So how would I go about doing that? Because everybody has that potential. It's not so much, I just can't find who I'm doing, because everyone has potential. There's not one person that doesn't have potential. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. And Robbie, if you could mute out anyone who's typing or has background noise and stuff to make it easier for us to hear people asking questions, that would be great. Yes, Leanne, I totally understand what you're saying. Now, that video that you're watching with Jay, I watched that video and he was much younger, and yes, it did seem like he was appealing to a broader audience. But that particular video and that particular talk that he was doing, he wasn't expecting leads out of it.
True.
It was more of a, that was more of a putting out the message of who he was, his beliefs and his beliefs in the world and what things could be, so that people could get to know him better. But when he would actually do his advertising, you know, he would advertise to people who were like him.
Okay.
Who have the same vision as he does, have the same belief systems. So even though it seems like he's talking to a lot of people, and I mean his message does, you know, and does and should apply to, you know, pretty much the whole world. But really the only people that he will really want to work with will be people like him. Who have a vision of, you know, a world where everyone is successful and can be, you know, and can be successful and doesn't have to be locked into the limitations of having a 9-to-5 job. You know, like Jay is a big believer that, you know, everyone in the world can be, you know, can be well off. They don't have to. Jay doesn't believe in. He doesn't believe that there should be poverty in the world. It upsets him to think that there are, you know, there are families out there where parents are scraping food out of a bin to feed their kids. It's heart-wrenching for Jay to think of that, because he doesn't see why governments have to have such a hard constriction on the laws and how things run to make that happen. And that's, you know, that hurts Jay. And I mean, that hurts a lot of us too. It's a pretty general view. But it's like the same as my aloe vera juice, okay? I believe every single person in the damn world should be on this aloe juice. But to try and advertise it to the whole world, it's not going to work. So I have to say to myself, well, okay, I'm going to forget the people who are just going to, you know, they're going to look at my ad, but they're going to ignore what I'm saying anyway because they don't believe me, or they're not interested enough in their health right at the moment. And I'm going to target the people who are very concerned about their health. You know, who have been going to doctors, who do have skin conditions, who do have, you know, gut problems, and the medications from the doctors aren't working, and they're sick and tired of the medications, and they're tired of the, you know, people saying, you know, get Reiki and acupuncture and, you know, do this and do that. You know, I'm going to target the people who are ready to listen to what I have to say about the aloe vera juice. And so that's going to narrow my target market down to probably just a few thousand people in different countries. And I do believe Nick had something to add there. Nick?
Oh shit, sorry, I started talking and realised I was muted. What I've just discovered, because I'm just starting to get into the marketing sort of thing, and the questions from Rex and yourself, Leanne, are very, very good. And the thing with this sort of question is, and how we see Jay and how we see ourselves in the marketing, this is just my opinion. And we've all got our opinions of how we're going to go about this, but we need to share our experiences. So for me, exactly what Sandra said. At the end of the day, you can speak to everybody with your message. But when you've got to, I suppose, what I've been getting from everybody that talks about targeting and getting leads and all that, that's when it becomes specific with your message, because your message will capture certain people. Otherwise, you can just blog anything or post anything on the on Facebook or wherever, and you just got to hope somebody catches it. Whereas the marketing gurus, who are teaching us, continuously talk about targeting, and that's I believe is the business side of building, of getting things going. But at the end of the day, we've all got messages for everybody. That's just my opinion, and just by listening to what you guys are talking about, you're giving me ideas as well, just listening in and trying to figure out my targeting as well.
Oh, I agree with you, Nick, but I still have this thing in my head, because as far as I'm concerned, education and awareness is open to everybody. So the fact that people really may be slightly aware of the digital economy, about the way things are moving, but are blissfully blind to what's going on. I mean, everyone needs to be made aware. So how do you market awareness to the changing world so people can jump on board and take part?
Yeah, good question, Leanne. The way you market awareness to everyone so that people can see it and jump on board and get in on it, it's called a website, which is an authority website through your blogging, and it's called a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And that YouTube channel needs to be hooked up to a G+ page, which is all, and both of those are also hooked up to a website. And basically what you can do is when you're talking to the masses, like Jay was, you can advertise your website. So if you do a video where you're talking to the masses on a general scale and trying to bring the awareness to everyone, you can advertise that particular blog post. So you could take that blog post, you could put it on a Facebook fan page, and you can then do a post-paid engagement. And you can advertise that blog post as just a general ad if you want to the masses. It'll need a catchy picture to catch the eye of so many people. But, really, honestly, not everyone will go and read it. Not everybody will take notice of your message. You basically need to build up a following on your website, which is also linked to your YouTube channel, where you have all your videos, where you like Jay's video. And your YouTube channel is really going to be the most powerful tool in getting that particular message out across the board.
Yep, okay. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's all righty.
So start posting your videos on YouTube.
Now, can we help anyone else? Does anyone else have any questions, queries, shares? Any shares? I know Mona. Mona has an exciting share from earlier on today that she shared with me privately on Facebook. Maybe she'd like to be gracious enough to come out and share with all of us.
Hi. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you. You're a bit soft, but I can hear you.
Okay. Yes, so I finally got my authority site up. Yay!
Woohoo!
That's a huge accomplishment for me.
That is huge, because I know that over the last couple of days, last week or so, you've been struggling with that, and you weren't sure whether it was on your side of the fence or on the DBL side of the fence, and yeah, so that must have been, so did you jump up and down and scream and dance and let the whole neighborhood know that you actually accomplished that today?
Sandra, I just typed to you and let you know. You're the first one I let know that my damn site was up. I'm like, oh, I gotta let Sandra know.
Awesome. Awesome. And thank you for sharing that excitement with me. That was really cool because I was right in the middle of a severe storm. Everything was turned off. I was on the iPad sitting out in the little covered area outside. I could barely hear myself think the rain was that heavy, and I got your little message there. I'm like, oh, yay! Yay, that's cool.
Yeah. I wanted to just say one thing about the movie that Stuart recommended we watch. I don't know if any of you have taken the time to watch it, but I watched it today. It's about an hour long, and it's really, really, really good. It's about branding and advertising in this day and age, and it's definitely worth watching.
It is. It is. It's about a little bit over an hour. Irene posted it for us in the Down Under group. And that what they do is they bring out of retirement, I hope this is the one you're talking about, they bring out of retirement some old
Yes,
marketing gurus who did some huge, legendary campaigns for Coca-Cola, I think
Avis car rental and
Avis car rentals and stuff like that. They're well renowned for some of their groundbreaking advertising that they did in the day. They brought them out of retirement, brought them into Google headquarters to mix with new young entrepreneurial marketing people because they wanted to see if they could actually bring some of the old into the new, and honestly, it really is worth watching. If you're a marketer, if you're serious about being a marketer and you're serious about being an entrepreneur, this video that Stuart shared, that Irene shared with us, it's really worth watching because it will, the professionalism and then the non-professionalism and the old with the new and the compromises and the changing of things, just the way that the old and the new and the young work together. Because like some of these old marketers, didn't even have a computer or watch TV or have any of the newfangled stuff. They just didn't even believe in it. And here they were coming out of retirement with their friends to work with young people who all they do is work with technology to do marketing. So well worth watching. It will give you some great insight into yourself, what path to head down with your advertising, how to be creative in your advertising, and just what it does take to be a serious entrepreneur, marketing business person.
Yeah, I think Rex was asking where he could find it. Can you remind where it's at?
Okay, well, if you can't find it in the Down Under group, Rex, it'll be down the page a bit. I think Irene shared it 2 days ago. If you can't find it on there, you will.
Yeah, we'll find it then.
You will probably find it on Stuart Ross's page, but I promise you, if Robbie doesn't do it now, after the webinar, I will jump into our Down Under group. I will specifically find it, and I will pin it to the top of our Down Under group for you all.
Oh, look, you're too kind, but look, I think...
You have to pop some popcorn and a Coke and sit down and watch it.
I'm not supplying the popcorn or the alcohol or the soft drinks, guys. You'll have to do that yourself.
It's BYO.
It's pinned to the top now.
You put it up the top, did you, Robbie? Awesome. So there you go, guys. Robbie's got it up the top of the group now.
Cool. Thank you, Robbie.
You're welcome.
See, Rex?
Robbie.
We're here to help.
Robbie, your blood's worth bottling. We've got the television on at the moment on ABC, and all they're doing is showing delivering of babies, and I'm throwing up.
Turn it off.
Honestly, don't discount babies. And guys, when think about this, because I am at the moment doing a campaign. It's not on Facebook though, but I'm doing a marketing campaign. And I have actually specifically geared my marketing campaign towards women who have just had babies. And the product that I am selling is my moisturizing lotion. because,
Sure.
you know, so many people have told me that they absolutely love it, they adore it, they want more of it. And I was talking to my daughter gave me this idea actually, and she said to me, she said, you know, because she had a friend or a school teacher or something who just had a baby, she said, like, can I get some of your samples to give to Miss Such and Such because she's just had a baby? And everybody buys you baby stuff, and they totally forget about mother. It's like you come home, you've got this baby, and everyone's goo goo gaga, and they give it teddy bears, and they give it clothes, and they give it everything, and you're just sitting there going, hang on a minute, I carried that freaking thing for 9 months, went through absolute sheer hell, screamed my bloody head off, where's my gift? And I
Why
thought,
did I bring the subject up?
I don't know.
and I thought, hell yeah, if my daughter felt like that, how many other women in the world and around the country who have given birth and come home feel exactly the same? And I
Good
thought,
on you.
I can fix it.
Is anybody talking?
No.
I don't know, but I don't know what all that noise was. It sounded like somebody took their computer and flushed it down the toilet.
I was just going to suggest before, and, you know, God knows I'm no great shakes with marketing, probably as much as anybody, but I'm more than happy to share my avatars and our adverts online with our group because, you know, the net, there are 2 billion people on the net at any one given moment of time. So if that sort of suggestion helps anybody and they want us to do that, I'm happy to do that.
It's probably a good idea if we all share our avatars.
Well, that's great.
Well, I mean, if anybody feels protective about their own work, you know, I can understand that too. So they don't need to, you know, prefer that suggestion. But, you know, I reckon the world's so bloody big out there on the net that if we all want to make money, let's go for it that way. And, you know, daily exchange, because I'm here most days anyway.
Yep.
And
Cool.
as I said before, I want to sort of hit this hard very quickly if I can, so that I can get some extra money in the go to get across to Penang. I can afford to go now, but I just want to make sure I can get, you know, perhaps a couple of grand in before I settle down in Penang and then get stuck into it properly.
Awesome, and I mean that's a brilliant suggestion, Rex, and it's fantastic that you brought that up because unfortunately society does teach a lot of, well, it teaches all of us really as we get older to be very protective of our own work and hoard our stuff and not share it, not let anyone know or see what we're doing. And unfortunately, I think that model is extremely broken when it comes to the digital world because, you know, in the digital arena, you're going to need support and you need to be happy that other people are succeeding. So, you know, with us all sharing and collaborating together, we can
Totally.
all...
And the marketplace is so huge anyway, but the point I'd also make is that if I see something of note on, say, Steve's website or Marie's website, I'm not going to copy it verbatim, but I'll sort of plagiarize it perhaps and put it into my own words. And I think that's what I'm happy to do that anyway. Anybody who's not, well, we just won't hear from them. That's okay too.
That's okay too. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm totally with you on that, Rex. I totally agree with you on that, and that's why I run off and I do these little test things, like the little tests, because I don't, as you know, I will let you all know now, I don't actively promote the SFM as my business. That's not my primary business. So I'm not actively trying to get leads for my SFM business. Obviously my business, my primary business is my aloe vera products. And that's my primary business. And I get between 100 to 150 new leads through my website every week.
Yeah.
But when I come across things and I do things...
If I was a pregnant woman, I'd place an order right now.
That's okay, Rex. I'll remember you, and I'll make sure I scale a very creative ad with a picture of some very, very yummy king prawns, because I know that will draw you into the ad, and you'll probably place the order anyway. So I've got you in mind.
Okay.
What'd you say, Robbie?
You know him very well, Sandra.
She's got aftershave lotion that she was promoting earlier in the call. You could order that.
Yes, Henry, I remember you two guys from lunch on the Momentum Day, and I guess my 20-odd years as a taxi driver has helped me get to know people very quickly. So, yeah, I only need to have a small chat with people, and I can get to know them really, really quickly. So.
I remember. I thought you were a pretty hot bird on that lunch meeting. It was only brief.
Yeah, it was only brief, but gee, we had fun.
Now, what's that Brett and Megan have just put up?
They can explain it themselves if they like.
YouTube what?
Yeah. Was actually shared at our son's.
Hey, sorry, Chris just asked me for that because we're talking about saturation not being a problem. And I was saying I shared a clip yesterday about this exact thing because, yeah, it's showing how many people are on the net and how much it's growing every year, and the snowball effect of the internet is, and how much new information is being shared every year. And it'll blow your mind. It's really an awesome. It only goes for like 3 minutes, but yeah.
That's why I called it
4 minutes 58.
I called it the 21st century way of doing business.
Oh, we're definitely in the right business. Absolutely. No, but it was shared at our son's graduation, which I thought was impressive. Really impressive. For a school. Oops, someone's playing it. Anyway, that's why I put the link there, because Chris asked for the link. So yeah, go and watch it after. It's good.
That's awesome. You should, yeah. Have you shared the link in our group as well, Megan?
I shared it there. I don't know if I actually posted it in Downunder or if I just put it on our profile page, but I can.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can even you can share it on our fan page if you want. Stuff like that is good on the Downunder Marketing fan page as well, because your fan page isn't all about just marketing and paid marketing. It's about sharing value with your fans. So
yeah.
If you have things like that you can put on our Downunder Marketing fan page, put them on our fan page. And this offer goes to you guys as well, Rex and Henry. If you have a blog post or something like that you can't actually promote because of some wording in it or the heading or whatever, but you still want to get some eyes on it, although we don't have like a huge following on the Downunder Marketing page yet, we are working on it, whack it on the Downunder Marketing page. Because quite often I'll go into our Downunder Marketing page and I'll actually share our page in the 52 groups that I'm a member of on Facebook, which total over 500,000 people.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
It's on the page.
Excellent.
Yeah, I just put it on the page now.
Thanks, Megan.
No worries. But Chris, that's a great idea, sending it out to your lists. We've got 3 people on our list now. I think they'd love that.
Yeah, we'll send it out. If you've got 3 people on your list, send it out to them.
Oh, dear.
Send it out with a little Christmas message.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's
hard
really
to know what to send them sometimes, I guess, when you're just starting.
Think of them like normal people. Think of them as new friends that you're trying to get to know. So, and that will help free up that block that you have of trying to figure out what to send them. Because once you start building your list, you don't only have to send them the 7-day video boot camp series, because not all of them will actually sign up to the SFM. And you can occasionally pop in there. If you come across a good video like that or something, even if somebody shares a great Christmas picture of some Christmas lights or something like that, grab that picture, do up a quick little letter in Aweber and send that out to your list as a Christmas message. Because you're building, that's what you want to do. You want to build your rapport with your list. It's all about attraction marketing, networking. It's building a relationship.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know you send out your blog posts as well.
Mhm. Yep.
So
the blog posts sometimes can be a little bit impersonal as well. So don't get afraid to mix it up and get a little bit personal. And if somebody posts a great Christmas picture and whatnot, it's close to Christmas and you've got a list, pop it in there, send it out. Easter time, pop something in there, send it out. Whenever through the year. I do it with my list all the time, especially the organic SFM list that I have, because I've never actually paid any money to build my SFM list. It's always been done organically, really. The only paid marketing I've done is the test marketing that I do for you guys to prove that you can clear, tidy URL and you can do this and you can do this and you can't do that. I don't really get many leads off of that. But yeah, I mean, most of those guys, because they were organic leads, they didn't actually buy into the SFM, but they're still on my list. So occasionally, I pop weird stuff in there and whatnot, and I don't really care. I mean, I'm sort of hoping that those who don't want to be on my list anymore will actually, sign themselves off and get off my list. But, honestly, I try really hard sometimes to shake some of these guys off my list. And do you think I can get them off my list? No, they're still there.
Yeah, it's quite easy. You can delete them off your list.
cool.
What was that, Robbie?
Yes, you can delete them off your list if you really want them off it.
Well, I would prefer that they made the choice themselves. It's always nicer if you can lead people to making their own choice. They feel better about it. And I did delete one lady off my Forever Living, my aloe vera business list, and she got quite annoyed and upset that I didn't want her business. And I got quite a severe retort from her.
Yeah, here's a page that you can share your stuff on as well. That's our Downunder fan page. I've got it up on the screen now.
Wow, you've all gone quiet.
Sorry. That was awesome advice. Thanks. I think I will send that video out to see what they say. I mean, it just shows, when you do watch it, it just shows you the power of the internet and how, that's where everyone is. If you want to communicate with people,
and
anything. If you want to communicate anything with people, that's where everyone's hanging out. So that's only going to grow.
Yeah. And another tip for your list, Megan, with that particular video, because that video is a worthwhile video to share with a lot of people, what you can do with that, when you do up your little letter to send them with the video in it, make sure, in Aweber, make sure you attach your share buttons at the bottom of it. Now, I know you've only got 3 people, but if these guys like the video, if one of them, if just one of those 3 people appreciates and loves that video so much, and they see like share buttons on the bottom of the letter, the email, and they can click and share it on G+, or share it on Twitter, or share it on Facebook, you don't know how many followers and fans and friends that they have. That one person could, could have a fan base or a following or friends of, over 1,000 people. And if they share it with their group, their close-knit group of people, that's other people. And if you've done your little, do it up like a newsletter, so that way if they share it to their friends list and people click on it, they can also, down the side of it, there'll be a little sign-in box so other people can sign up to your list. Do you know how to do that in Aweber? Do you guys know how to do that? You don't know how to do that?
We haven't done a broadcast yet at all. We've only had our first marketing campaign was just before we went to Sydney, so we haven't had these guys very long anyway. So they would have only really just finished the 7-day boot camp series like a week ago. And then the third one was today, so they'll still be in that.
Alrighty.
So no, I haven't learned how to broadcast in Aweber yet.
It's fairly simple, but I would suggest that you have a look in Aweber and check this out, because when you're building a letter in Aweber, you can build a newsletter or a blog broadcast or whatever. When you're building an email, a letter to go out to some people on your list, you have the option to put follow buttons on there so they can follow you on your social media channels. You also have the option to put share buttons on there. And you also have the option to set it up so there's a little sign-in form on it as well. So if your list, one of your lists, shares that with someone else, and that person really likes it and thinks, well, hang on a minute, I'd like to get these emails, they can pop their email address into the little box on the side of the email, the letter they got from their friend, and they automatically sign into your list.
Okay. Cool.
The power the power of Aweber is phenomenal.
I've heard that Greg and Fiona Scott, Greg Scott is a whiz, an Aweber whiz, so I might ask him about that on our next call. He might be able to.
I mean, there are some things you won't put share buttons on, obviously, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But then there are some things, general stuff like this particular video, that you don't mind being shared from your list, from members on your list. So you'll put share buttons on the bottom of it. Yeah. It's just a way of personalising your autoresponder and different things that go out of your autoresponder so that you can get a possibly, a bigger reach. That is how I got so many followers on my Aloe Vera website. And that's how I built it up to the point where I get anywhere from 100 to 150 leads a week. Now, not all those leads are quality leads, obviously, but, a lot of them are quality leads, and I do have to work really hard to try and build a relationship with people in amongst everything that I'm doing. But that's how I did that. I started with a small list of 5 people. And I was just sending out a newsletter once a month to these 5 people, and I put share buttons down the bottom of a lot of my newsletters, and they would share my newsletter with other people. I'd even send a copy of the newsletter to one of my own emails, and I would click on the share button and share it on my social media. Now, I know that sounds a little bit egotistical, but when you are looking at doing unpaid marketing and seeing how far you can push the boundaries and exactly what you can do, you'll try anything just to see how it works. And that's basically how I built up my network. That's how I got there. That's how I did it. I made sure I was shareable. And I encouraged people to just pass me around.
Sharing is caring.
As dirty as that may sound.
No, it's good advice. Thank you.
Awesome.
Cool. Someone else's turn.
Chris Dallinger, I'm gonna. You're gonna what?
Did I write that, did I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna?
I'm gonna, and I'm like, you gonna what?
Did I?
Yeah.
Where did that? I don't remember writing that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did too.
A short-term memory
And I'm
loss.
like, you gonna what?
I don't even know. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna blog that. I'm gonna send that YouTube video to my list. That's what I'm gonna do.
Awesome.
In fact, I was just starting it then while we were chatting.
Yeah, cool. So you're going to send the video that Megan was talking about to your list?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
hey guys, don't forget to have a look at that video that Stuart shared about bringing old marketing with new marketing as well. You may be able to send that out to your list as well.
Which one was that?
It's at the top
The
of
one that Stuart Ross shared, that Irene shared with us, that Robbie put on the top of the Down Under group.
Oh, okay.
It's a great video. It will really open your eyes up to the world of being an entrepreneur and doing marketing. Fantastic.
Is that the Downunder Mastermind group or the Downunder Marketing group?
Mastermind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Down Under Mastermind group, yeah. In our group.
So what are the difference between those? What do you, like I'm a member and all that of those two groups. What do you use those for, Sandra and Robbie?
The Mastermind group is for sharing stuff with each other. So it's a secret group.
Just for people?
Just for people.
Just for SFM members?
Just for the Down Under people. So it's our down...
That are in the SFM, yeah?
Yeah. And the Down Under marketing page is our fan page where you can post blogs and share stuff As long as you've liked the page and I've added you as an editor, then you can actually post Down Under Marketing and share your blog and get your stuff. It's another way of getting your stuff out there.
Right, so the people that like it, are they all SFM people mostly, or?
No, not all of them.
Right, so we should be driving some paid marketing to just, you know, random people out there on Facebook to get them on board and get that number right up.
So what I often do is I'll if I put a post on, I'll pay $5 to boost the post, just to get some interaction. And you know, if everyone starts doing that, and everyone's putting their own content, I mean, you're getting a variety of content on the page, which is better than someone's own fan page because it's only what they share that goes on there.
We could run a lookalike likes campaign to those 155 people on there.
Yeah, exactly.
You could.
And boost the numbers up.
Yeah, you could.
But you know, if you put a post on there and do a boost post or advertise the post on there and send them to your link, that's all right too.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, the Down Under Marketing fan page is there for any of you guys to utilise in your marketing strategies. You know, to practice things on there. I mean, to share things on there that are beneficial to, you know, yourselves. I mean, you can link the Down Under Marketing page in your advertising campaigns if you want, because not all the 150 likes on there are all SFM members. Some of them are outside the realms of SFM. And like I said, you know, regularly I will go in there and I will share different stuff from the actual page into a number of the groups that I'm in Facebook. I'll just randomly share it. I'll just see something and go, oh yeah, cool. I'll try and get that out there for someone. You know, and I mean, I do that at the weirdest times, the most random things. I mean, you know, like Nick was talking about a video that he did with Justin where they were talking, and I found the video on Nick's page. I noticed that Justin and Nick hadn't done anything with it. And I thought, right, that's it. This is too good to be sitting here gathering dust on YouTube and no one viewing it. So I took their video that they did and I put it on my profile page and I wrote a status update and I tagged some of the heads of SFM in there and I drew some attention to their video because it was just too good to be sitting there and not being shared.
Sandra, did I hear Robbie just...
Go, Rex.
Did I hear Robbie just say that that costs him, that Down Under Marketing website? Does it cost him money?
Well, the Down Under Marketing website, Robbie bought the .com, downundermarketing.com domain name, and Robbie covers the hosting costs for the Down Under Marketing website. The Down Under Marketing fan page on Facebook, Robbie and I did that up together. It doesn't cost anything to do up a fan page on Facebook. However, you do have to pay for advertising. But the great thing about the fan page is because in the back of it we are able to actually make people, you know, managers or, you know, content adders or whatever on the fan page itself. That also gives any new members who don't have a website or a fan page themselves the ability to be able to come to our Down Under Marketing fan page, put a post on there, and they can advertise their own post if they wish. And you know, so they're advertising to a small audience. They've got a small audience already that they can start off with. And yes, so any ads that Robbie and I do on the Down Under Marketing page, that we pay for those ourselves.
Well, I was just, with that in mind, I was going to suggest, you know, a small sort of slush fund, if we all put in $5 each, if you can afford $5 each, just to help assist that, that's all.
Oh, well, the great thing about Facebook is Robbie and I don't mind doing that because you can do a post-paid engagement ad. So really the only, you know, basically the only thing you're advertising is your own post. As for the likes and stuff, you know, that's that's all organic stuff that I do as far as sharing the page itself with people in different groups and stuff like that, and driving traffic to the fan page. Most of that is free. But Robbie and I have talked about doing a campaign together to drive some more likes to our fan page. But with the Momentum Day and Christmas and stuff like that and everything else, we just haven't actually had a chance to sit down and work out the logistics of it all.
Righto. Good.
I've been just adding a few more to that to our fan page just now.
Can you turn yourself up just a little bit, Robbie?
Is that better?
A little bit more?
Is that better?
It's raining, pouring again in Sydney.
Bit more?
Oh, I can't do it anymore. It's as high as it goes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I've just added a few more people to our fan page, so they can share stuff. And if you've gone in and liked it and I haven't added you, just send me a message.
We also have a G Plus page, Downunder Marketing G Plus page. We also have a private group, a private community on G Plus as well. Now, the reason I do a lot on G Plus, I also post a lot of resources on G Plus in the G Plus community, because this is the main reason why. Because I find utilising the G Plus community to be a lot more organised and specific and better than Facebook. Like in our Facebook group, we can't have a video tab where we can just organise all the videos. So when people post their videos, you know, as people keep posting each day, a lot of the stuff is getting lost and pushed down to the bottom of the page, and you're searching endlessly for stuff. It's very hard to organise things in Facebook. Whereas G+, when you set up a community or a group, if you want to call it that, you can organise things. So you can set up categories in the menu on the left of the community, and you can have, you know, YouTube tab, you can have video course tab, you can have discussions tab, you can break it down into separate discussions. Facebook marketing, you know, Pinterest marketing. You can have all these tabs, and you can actually put things into those tabs. So when your community goes to the group, they can easily find things. They can find links. They can find videos. They can find discussions from, you know, however long ago under those specific tabs. So I love G+. I do a lot of work on G+. A lot of my leads come from G+. I work on there heaps much more than Facebook. Not really a big fan of Facebook, but so don't forget to, if you have a G+ page, just type in my name on G+, Sandra Lemming, or Robbie's name, Robbie Van Welt. Find us on G+, add us to your circle, and that will notify us that you have added us to your circle. We will add you to our circle, and then we can go into the private community and we can add you into the community, because this in the last week I just uploaded a complete video course on YouTube and videos and video marketing in particular, and getting, well, mainly getting rankings on your videos in YouTube, how to best display your videos on YouTube and how to title them and stuff like that to give you the best chance of getting rankings. And although the course is outdated and it's from a third party outside of the SFM, there is still a lot of stuff in there that does actually apply to your videos today. But I can't share that course on Facebook. There's no way I can actually get that to you guys on Facebook. It's just because it'll just all get mixed up in the newsfeed. They won't be in order. You won't know how to find them. You won't know where to find them. So I put it into the G+ community instead. So yeah, find us on G+ and get yourselves into the community there as well. And any of you guys who have a fan page, make sure you have gone into your tabs and you have chosen the video tab. Now in that video tab on your Facebook fan pages, you can directly upload videos into that tab. So you can upload your videos into that tab, and it will organise them in a video tab, and that way people visiting your page can click on that video tab, because it'll say videos, and they'll be able to see those specific videos. There's also a way on Facebook, I don't know if they've taken it down or not, I haven't done it for a while, but there was a way that you could actually upload a video and put a more info button on your video posts. So I will go back into Facebook over the weekend, over the next few days, and I will have a look and see if they still have that option available. And I will do a short tutorial for you all on how to post a video on YouTube with a more info button that can click through to a website, a landing page, a sales page, or whatever.
Excellent.
I don't know if anyone else knows whether the facility is still available or not. Obviously not, since no one's coming back to me. A lot of you guys must not have known that you could do that.
You knew, didn't you?
I didn't hear a confident yes from you there, Henry.
He didn't hear me because he's got earplugs in, listening to something else. He's working on that website. But probably the answer would be yes, because every time I ask him something like that, yes, of course I know it.
Would you mind repeating that, please, Sandra?
I said now I'm going to go, the next couple of days I'm going to go and have a look at Facebook. As far as I know, and I knew, and I've been doing it for a while, a few months back, you could upload a video to Facebook and install a button on your video post that you are uploading from your computer. So you can upload a video from your computer to Facebook, and you can install a button into it. And in that button, you could put a URL link that could go virtually anywhere, to a blog post, to a website, to a YouTube channel, to a landing page, to a sales page, to basically a URL that could go anywhere. And so when your post, when people come to your video post to have and it's not an advertising thing, but when they come to your video post to view your video, there's also a button there that they can click on, and you can have that button say anything from buy now, visit shop, more info, and stuff like that. And then when they click on that button, it takes them to whatever URL you've hooked up with that button. I'm going to have a look and see if that option is still available on Facebook. If it is, I will do a video tutorial on how to do that, and I will post it for you guys. So any of you who want to share your videos on your fan pages or around Facebook, you can put a button on there and take people through to your websites or wherever.
Thank you
very much. Appreciate that. That would be great.
Not a problem. Now, Robbie, we have just about gone over our hour.
Yep, we have.
And you would have to go to work tomorrow?
Yes, I do.
So should we think about wrapping this up?
Could be an idea. I've just, everyone that I've got in the Down Under group, I have just invited to our, or everyone I've got in the Down Under circle of mine, I've invited to our Down Under community. So we'll call it a wrap for tonight, and we'll catch us all next week, if not before.
Yes, thank you all for coming. Good night, Robbie. Good night, Rex. Good night, everyone. And we will catch you all next week, or whoever can make it next week, we'll catch you next week. Robbie and I pretty much run these webinars right through the Christmas period. So any of you who are not doing anything, you hung up or whatever, Robbie and I are always here on a Thursday night with our webinars right through the Christmas period.
We'll be here Christmas Day as well.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome.
Awesome. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Bye. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.